Good morning, guys. So, as promised, I am going to do a not full day of eating, although you will see a few of my days of eating, but my goal is to try and show you different recipes, different meal prep ideas that I use. So over the course of this weekend, I'm going to show you my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I'm going to try and eat something different for every meal. And then obviously it's Saturday and Sunday, so we will be meal prepping this weekend, so you'll get an inside scoop of that, and I will share some of my favorite recipes. All right, guys, first up, breakfast. I don't think it gets any easier than this. 3 ingredients, and you have breakfast. Obviously, you can add toppings, but this is the foundation right here. So like I said, this is going to be really easy to make. 3 main ingredients. As far as your toast, you can put peanut butter, you can put butter, you can put jam, honey, whatever you want on top to make it taste good. If you can't tell, we're making an omelet. So for the omelet, you don't have to be limited to just mushrooms. That's just what I like. You can put multiple vegetables in. Sometimes I do add spinach, but I'm just happy with mushrooms. And then as far as like on top, I usually do it, but we don't have it, sugar-free ketchup, avocado, whatever, salsa, whatever you want to put on your omelet. Endless possibilities, but as I show you the finished product, I will put my macros on the screen so you can just see kind of what the calorie count is, what the protein and the carb is in this meal, how I make it. So you can modify it, you can put less egg whites for less protein, more for more protein, only 1 piece of toast for less carbs. So yeah, you can make it like you want it. And here is the finished product. Macros will be on the left-hand side of the screen for what you see here. I'm gonna spray some of this on there, but I don't count these macros. What's up, guys? We are back from the gym, and I figured I'd show you another really quick, easy, not really meal, more like a snack. And I definitely use it a lot post-workout just because it's really quick and really easy, and let's be honest, nobody really wants to cook a lot after a workout. So it is another just 3 ingredient meal. This is all we got here. Protein powder. This is what I've been using. If you've watched me for any extended period of time, you know that this is what I use. Doesn't have to be Special K cereal, any cereal of choice. This is just what I'm in the mood for lately. And milk of choice. Right here on the side of the screen. What's up, guys? So we're back. We're doing a little meal prep today. This afternoon, Bobby is currently cooking some meat on the grill. I'll show you guys that after it's cooked. This is on my head. So I want to show you a quick little tip in how, well, one of the ways that I cook my sweet potatoes, or regular potatoes for that matter. If it's not this way that I'm about to show you, I peel them, dice them, and then roast them on a baking sheet for probably 30 to 40 minutes at like 350, 375. But today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to prepare sweet potatoes. So I've already washed them off, but you're going to take your sweet potato, just kind of poke it with a fork all the way around, and then you're going to take a piece of tin foil, wrap the potato in tin foil, which I'm sure you guys all know how to make potatoes, so I'm probably not saying anything new. So do that for all of them. then once you have them, you're gonna put them in a, you can put them on a baking sheet, that's fine. I'm just gonna use a casserole dish, wrap them just like that, and I'm gonna pop them in the oven. I think I set it for 375 and probably almost like an hour. I'm just gonna kind of let them slowly cook. So yeah, so I will show you the finished product. So since I'm multitasking, I just put the sweet potatoes in the oven. I'm actually gonna compile another meal that I'm gonna do this week, and it's kind of different. I've never done exactly this before. Done something similar, but it's super simple, guys. Nothing I'm making is complex. I'm not about 6 to 8 ingredients per recipe. Like, I don't have the time. So I'm hopefully, you know, relating to a lot of you guys as far as like you don't have the time or you just don't want to spend time preparing like gourmet meals, whereas these are quick, they're easy, they're super macro friendly. You can adjust them to your macros, and they're good in my opinion. And so this recipe that I'm making right now is going to be kind of like a at-home Chipotle bowl. And so when I go to Chipotle, I typically get chicken, but today we are using ground turkey. This is 99% lean ground turkey, so super low in fat. And so I picked these two up at the grocery store, and this is what I'm gonna use in it. So this is the low sodium taco seasoning. And then this one is actually like a guacamole seasoning. So you're supposed to like mix this with avocado, but I'm just kind of using these two to add to the meat once it's more cooked, to kind of give it that like Mexican taste. And then I also, over here, I have some rice cooking. And so my thought process is cook the meat, cook the rice, and then once they're done, I can either put them in 2 separate bowls and keep them in the fridge and take them out during the week as needed to make my little Chipotle bowls, or I'm gonna go ahead and just like make them all today. I don't know yet. So that's kind of the game plan. I'm thinking I'm gonna add some black beans too. So really make it like a Chipotle bowl. We do have some shredded lettuce, we have some salsa, we have some taco sauce, so I got all the components. It's super easy. I'm gonna cook this up and then I'll show you guys the finished product. And here you have it. So here is the cooked ground turkey, the 99% ground turkey with the spices and the seasonings I showed you. And then the white rice, it's actually basmati white rice. I cooked originally 2 pounds of ground turkey, so that obviously when it's raw, it's not, once it's cooked, it's not as much, so it's not quite 2 pounds. 2 pounds of ground turkey would probably get me about 4 to 5 meals, if I do like 3.5 to 4 ounces a serving. And then I cooked 3 cups of dry rice. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. I'm probably gonna eat this in a couple hours, actually, for like I'm not gonna say snack, because I didn't really have, you saw what I just ate, you know, post-workout, and so this will actually be like maybe possibly dinner. And so when I eat that for dinner, I will show you guys how I kind of put it all together and what kind of toppings and stuff that I use for it. Yeah, that is meal number 3, I think, that I've showed you. Sweet potatoes are still cooking. Bobby actually just popped these off the grill, so we don't eat a lot. Well, I don't eat a lot of red meat, but when I do, it is going to be steak. He was trying to avoid the camera. I don't eat a lot of red meat, but when I do, it is steak. I'm not a huge fan of ground beef or burgers or things like that. So this is actually flank steak, so it's one of the leanest cuts of steak you can get. I'm not an expert steak person, so I know like flank and flat iron steaks are very similar in fat content, whereas they're like 8 grams of fat per ounce, which, like I said, is going to be one of your lowest, unless you find like a ground beef that's like 96% lean. But I can't find that very often, and it's pretty pricey. So these were on sale at Kroger, so I got these, and so these will be part of our meal this week. I'm gonna pair this with the sweet potatoes and some veggies, which you guys will see in a little bit. Good morning, guys. So coming at you with another breakfast recipe. It is a little bit later in the day, so honestly I would probably be already eating my second meal, but since It is Sunday and we slept in a little bit. I'm just now getting to my first meal or breakfast, and so this isn't a new recipe. I've shared it multiple times just because people always ask how I make it. But coming at you right now are some protein waffles. So again, super simple 3-ingredient recipe. The third ingredient here is egg whites. So all you gotta do is a scoop. Again, you can modify this, but I do a scoop of protein, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, spray my waffle maker with cooking spray, and then probably like 2 to 3 tablespoons of egg white is all you're gonna need. And there you have it. 2 waffles. I'm going to top it with this banana and then the 0-calorie maple walnut Walden Farms pancake syrup. And finished product. Macros for what I have right here are going to be right here on the side of the screen. Again, I chose bananas and calorie-free syrup. Feel free to choose whatever topping you may want. And we're back a day later. So I never filmed my Chipotle bowl, so I figured I would show you guys kind of what it's gonna look like. I'm packing my meals up for the week and decided to show you guys. Finished product. So like I said, super simple. This is just like the base of the recipe, so feel free to add, like I said, feel free to add avocado, cheese, black beans, any kind of extra addition you may want. But like I said, this is your carb and your protein source. This one is not 3 ingredients, but it's close. It's only 4. So what we're gonna make, which is super common, is overnight protein oats. And as you can see, the fruit of choice this week are going to be apples and raspberries. I make my protein oats. Brand Greek yogurt. I always do vanilla just to keep the flavors pretty neutral. Do I have a spoon back here? Yeah. So when I do overnight oats, you can use a whole cup. The macros are actually really good, so there's no fat in this. You guys really can't see my face. Let me try. Hold on, one more time. You guys are balancing on top of mine. Okay, so I just have to get down lower. So no fat in this. 7 grams of carbs in this entire container, and it's 14 grams of protein. So great macros on this yogurt. They come in tons of different flavors, so if you want different flavors you can. I just always opt for vanilla. But when it comes to overnight oats, I typically only use a half of this. It's only about 7 grams. Well, the oatmeal has a couple grams of protein, but that's not enough protein for me. I typically like to get anywhere between 20 and 25 grams of protein, whether it's a meal or a snack. And so that's where protein powder is going to come into play. And so I'm going to add a half a scoop of that, because a full scoop of this, and again, I'm not measuring, like I said, because I'm not like in prep or anything. I'm just kind of guessing right now. So a full scoop is 24 grams. So I'm looking at like adding like 12 grams of protein, and since a full cup of this was 14, I have about 7. So by doing this, it's about 20 grams, and then obviously there's a few grams of protein in oatmeal. So I'm hitting the 20 gram mark at least, okay? So that's what it looks like right now. Kind of nasty, right? But now we add the almond or cashew milk. I just like the cashew milk, but you can do either or. You're gonna add a little at a time, and then you're gonna kind of stir it, figure out your consistency. And if it's way too thick, then add more, just because when you make overnight oats, the kind of trick is to make it a little soupy at night, because after being in the fridge for like 8 to 10 hours, or even a couple hours for that matter, it gets pretty thick. It thickens up as it is chilled. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Perfect. And then that's pretty much your base. So from here, you can, like with every other meal I've showed you, to be honest, you can be as creative as you want. This is where you're really gonna figure out like what kind of flavor you're wanting to go with. And so to make it easy right now, I'm just gonna add some raspberries in here and then call it a day. But I have done, and I probably will do with the apple. So the Snickerdoodle protein tastes amazing, and so I almost make it like an apple pie kind of overnight oat. So I'll do the same thing, the oats, the yogurt, the protein powder. I dice the apples really, really small. I keep the peel on it. I just think it's fine. And then I add cinnamon. I'll add like apple pie spice. I have to get down here so they can see my face. I'll add apple pie spice. So like I said, just get creative with it. You can mix and match all sorts of flavors that you want. That's kind of the beauty of being overnight oats. You don't have to have the same recipe over and over again. It can be super versatile to fit your wants and desires. Alright, so that's another meal idea. Like I said, we're about to eat dinner, so I'll show you one more. And part of our last meal, honestly, this is how I like to prepare it. I'm not a fan of steamed green beans or microwave frozen. Really, do you agree? So do you like your green beans? This is torture for me. So yeah, okay. So green beans. All I did was spray the pan with cooking spray. Literally just spread the whole bag out. Sprayed again with cooking spray. Cooked them for like 30 minutes at 350, and bam, this is what they are. All I'm gonna do is just put some salt and pepper on them and create our dinner, which you will see in just a second. And dinner time. So, not super fancy, but it was super, super simple. Bobby grilled the flank steak, and like I just showed you, roasted the green beans, and I have enough for several meals, if not for both of us. So this is dinner. I will zoom in one more time. Macros will be right here on the side of the screen. Like I said, and this clearly is no to low carb, so this is a good option if you are eating low carb.